Hey everyone, it's the Fantasy Captains giving you the Week 5 sit starts game by game. I'm Frank. We got Rob over there.
What's up?
What's up? Hey Rob, I'm noticing my double chin, man. I gotta go on a
Looks
detox.
looking good on Cam these days.
Yeah, exactly. My white t-shirts and my double chin. I look like a damn turkey.
I
Uh,
may or may not have pants on, but that's
yeah,
another question.
Rob, you know the answer to that.
There goes any viewers we might have ever had are gone.
Yeah, it's all right. Except the ladies. Ooh, no, I'm just kidding. All right, game one. We got Chicago versus Kansas City. Um, you know, the Kansas City's defense been crappy the last couple of weeks because I have them, but I think it's a must-start defense this week against that Chicago team, to be honest. So I'll start with a defense.
Yeah, no, I think Chicago is pretty brutal. I do think it's a good Forte game. You can run against the Chiefs defense, so I would like Forte in this game. Cutler would be a streaming quarterback if you are hurting. But in general, I pretty much stay away from the Bears offense as well.
And I like Bennett too. I always like Bennett. You got to start him at tight end, but yeah, I agree with you. I think Jeffries is still hurt, but on Kansas City side, I think there's you always got to start Jamal Charles, right? He's gonna kill it this week. Kelsey, you always got to start, and Macklin. I think you got to start every week now too.
He's been solid. I mean, it's not a great matchup for him. Well, actually, the Bears defense is beginning up lots of receivers. 2 weeks ago, we got you 30 points of garbage time. Last week, he was getting the ball from first go. I mean, Smith is looking for him. There's no other options besides Kelsey, so I agree. I like Macklin as another start.
Cool. Next game, we got Seattle and Cincinnati. This one's a tough one, right?
Your boy, Red Rocket.
Discuss this week. Do we bench the Red Rocket? I'm benching Red Rocket over Mike Vick this week. I don't know if that it's just more upside with Vick, I think. So I know you're benching him for T Rod. So
It's a tough call. I think he could go for like 220 and 2 touchdowns. Probably throws a pick somewhere in there. That Seattle defense hasn't had a pick yet this year. They're due. They're playing better, but they're on the road. Dalton is one you could if you have a better option. Like I have Tyrod Taylor and Vic right there. It's kind of a tough call, but I can see where you're going that way.
yeah, and I think you got to start AJ Green every week. I know it's a tough
Oh,
match for him, but you got to go AJ Green. Eifert, I would start. What about those running backs in Cincinnati? It's going
that's
to be
what's tough. It's tough. I mean, teams have run against Seattle, but Hill and Geo right now, it depends on the flow of game. If they're behind, Geo's going to get more involved. I mean, Hill did knock off 3 touchdowns, but Geo touched the ball more. It's a tough quarterback. It's a tough running back situation there.
Yeah, I mean they're both getting the ball enough to put up fantasy production for both of them, but that Seattle defense is tough. So if you have a better option, you might want to try it. But I don't. So
And
Seattle side, I mean Russell Wilson's been god awful lately, and that Cincinnati defense is pretty good.
their
So
offensive line is awful. Yeah, it's the problem.
yeah, Marshawn Lynch is hurt. Who you touching any of those running backs?
I mean, Rawls isn't bad, and Fred Jackson had the high ankle sprain last week. Their offensive line is pretty weak. If you have other options, I'd go that way, but Rawls is startable, I would say, in a 12-team league with
Yeah,
bye weeks. Bye weeks too this week. So you don't have Chris Ivory, you might need Rawls.
yeah, exactly. Or Lamar Miller, like me, but he's been god awful anyways. Next game we got Washington and at Atlanta in the dome. What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, this is one where I have Matt Ryan. I think you temper expectations for Matt Ryan, Devontae Freeman, Julio Jones. You start them all. Uh,
Yeah.
that Redskin defense is better than expected, but you start all three of those guys, and I love my boy Hankerson too.
Oh yeah, I know you're going Hank all the way.
Definitely startable in PPR league. So, what are you thinking on the skin side of the ball?
Well, on the skin side, I have Carlos Williams who was going to start. Now he's got the concussion, so he's out. So I actually picked up Chris Thompson.
When did Carlos Williams get traded to the Bill? I mean, traded from the Bills to the Redskins.
No. I'm talking about my own team.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Since he's out, I'm actually starting Chris Thompson this week because he could get some catches. I don't see huge production, but I think he could get you 15 points. You know, that Atlanta defense has been good, but they're not like unstoppable, right? Another guy I like Garcon. You always got to play Garcon, I think, since Deshaun's still out. And I don't know if Jordan Reed's still.
Jordan Reed's out this week.
He's hurt still.
Out this week.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you can't start him. So that's who I like on the on Washington side. Next game we got Jacksonville at Tampa Bay. You know, I think Hearns was hurt this week. I don't know if I think he's still playing, but I do like Robinson better than him this week, anyways.
This game's got Allen Robinson written all over it, buddy.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 100 yards. We'll see. Hopefully, for both of us, right? I need him to have a big game. What about your boy Yeldon?
He's one of the very few 3-down backs still in the NFL. Gets the ball 25 times a week. So I like Yeldon. I think it's a game they might get up on Tampa and have to run the ball. So
yeah, that's true. What about on the Tampa Bay side? Do you like anyone?
V-Jax has been pretty good for garbage time. They got to throw the ball because they're usually behind. You know, I don't really like Doug Martin, even though he's put up decent points last week. You know, I think V-Jax, though, is a guy that you could plug in there with a team that plays from behind like them.
Yeah, that's true. Next game, this is a sort of toughie, but New Orleans versus Philly. You know, which teams is going to show up on both sides, right? They're both like either awesome or suck. Oh,
yeah.
I mean, on New Orleans side, you got to start Ingram every week. If you're him, you can start Spiller. I don't like Cooks. I know you like Snead, right?
The PPR. I mean, Breeze is looking for him with his shoulder hurt. He's dumping it down, and Snead's getting the catches.
Yeah. What about on the Philly side? That's on fire.
Oh, the bleach is ready. The bleach is ready. I can't trust Matthews or Murray. I want one of them to start producing. I know they can play, and this seems like that bounce back game for Philly where Bradford could have a good game this week. I think Jordan Matthews bounces back this week.
Well, actually, Bradford put up some solid fantasy points last week. But, yeah, I agree. I'm benching Ryan Matthews and starting Chris Thompson over him just because I don't know who's going to show up, which team's going to show up. I can't take the risk. What about those receivers? Jordan Matthews, Aguilar. You like Aguilar? Any of the tight ends? Ertz?
I sadly have to start Ertz in my dynasty leagues. I lost both Reed and Ebron. No, I mean, like I said, I think it's a bounce back game for Jordan Matthews. Can't trust the rookie Aguilar yet. Great high ceiling, but his floor is like a 0. You know, he could get no catches. So, you know, that's a tough team to judge. And like you said, it's 2 teams that you don't know to Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, exactly. Next game, we got Cleveland at Baltimore. I mean, I would start Duke Johnson. I'm going to go with my boys Cleveland, right? I'll talk about Cleveland. So I would start my boy Duke. You know, he's catching passes. They like him there. Crowell's going to be hit or miss, right? Either he's going to get you a touchdown or he's not. I love the tight end Barnon, right?
Yeah, boy.
Leagues this week because I got Greg Olson in both my leagues. He's on a bye, so he had 20 points the last 2 weeks. I'm hoping he has another 20 points this week. But anyone else on Cleveland, just stay away.
Yeah, no, I like your boy Barnage too. I think he's a really good streaming tight end and becoming borderline, you know, low end tight end 1 on a weekly basis. So, don't disagree with anything you said about your Browns there.
Yeah. And what about Baltimore? Forsett had a big game last week. I'm hoping for another one this week.
Yeah, it's a Forsett game. He's got no one to throw to me. You got Kamar Aiken as a flyer out there with Smith out. You know, it's pretty ugly on Baltimore offensive side of the ball. So
yeah, I actually picked up Aiken because I had Steve Smith. Another guy is Marlon Brown, but I don't know if he's going to get the production. But those are the only two receivers on Baltimore. So if they're down, that might be a decent pickup. We'll see. But I think Steve Smith's only out for one game, so he'll be back next week, I heard. Next game, St. Louis at Green Bay.
Your boy Gurley, here he comes.
Oh, man, a beast. He's going to run all over Green Bay, I think. I think he's going to have a big game again.
Yeah, that's all game flow. You got to hope that the Rams defense is playing better and they could stay in the game, and then Gurley's going to get the ball. The only problem is if they get behind,
But he catches passes. We'll see. It was only one good game, but I'm glad I got him in the Dynasty League.
Of course, great pick.
Anyone else in St. Louis?
It's tough. I mean, you can't really trust their wide receivers. It's one shows up each week to get the ball. No, I would honestly with St. Louis, it's Gurley and Gurley only on the offense for me.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. On Green Bay, obviously, you got your Aaron Rodgers, you got your Cobb.
Yeah, Lacey's a must start.
Jones too. Jones, you got to start every week now. The guy's productive.
And honestly, Rodgers at tight end is not another bad streaming tight end. He's been fairly productive recently.
Yeah, I agree with that. Next game, we got the Bills at Tennessee. Like I said, I just mentioned Carlos Williams is out. So if he got dipped in, he's a good play.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's a good play. I think because now they with Boom Herron now and saying he's going to get the ball. I'd avoid it if you could. I picked up Booby thinking I was going to start him, and now the more I've been reading about Boom Herron and then picking him up, I'm kind of avoiding that situation now. I think it's a good Tyrod Taylor game because he's going to run the ball.
Yeah, that's true. Anyone else? Sammy Watkins.
Hurt.
Oh, he's not playing?
Still out.
Oh, good. Because the other team I'm playing against has him. Yeah, so I would say just T-Rod is the safest bet on the Bill side. Tennessee.
Charles Clay. Don't forget my boy Charles
Clay. Solid. Yeah, Charles Clay is always a must start every week. He's becoming a tight end 1 or 2 for sure. What about on the Tennessee side? I don't know if I'm touching anyone. That Bills defense is legit, and they're probably pissed off they lost to the Giants last week.
Yeah, Kendall Wright. He Mariota looks for him. I think he's fine. Delaney Walker, maybe. PPR league. He does get the targets. Besides that, backfield, I hate it.
Yeah, you don't know. Well, I just dropped Cobb this week. I don't know why I held on to him for so long. But,
no, they're talking up that Andrews kid now. I don't like that backfield.
No, me neither. Next game, we got Arizona at Detroit.
Talk about a dumpster fire. Detroit Lions.
They got it hard last week for sure. That shitty call at the end of the game. But, yeah, I don't know who I'm touching on Detroit besides Calvin, to be honest with you. You got to play him every week, but he hasn't even been too productive.
No, I mean, Ebron's out. Stafford blows. I'm sorry, he blows.
Yeah, no argument here. Abdullah hasn't done shit.
Bell's hurt. He hasn't been the guy he was the last couple of years. He used to be a PPR monster. He's been struggling, and then Arizona defense is solid.
Yeah. On the Arizona side, I like Palmer. I like I like their running game too. I like David Johnson. I'm playing him this week, and he catches passes. I don't see big production from him. I know everyone loves Chris Johnson. He's been solid.
And Ellington's back. It's 3-headed monster this week.
Yeah, I know. But you got to start Fitz for sure. You can start in Fitz too, right? He hasn't got that.
Fitz has gone back to old form. Palmer loves Fitz, and his production's amazing. Fitz is a must start. In that team.
Yeah, I agree. So next game we got New England at Dallas. You're 3 in New England, right? You got Brady, Gronk, and Edelman. I know you love DeAndre.
Must start now too.
But who's Belichick going to play this week? Is it going to be Blunt or Lewis?
Nah, when they're up, it becomes Blunt. So when they're killing Dallas 50-14, yes, Blunt comes in. But I mean, they're not a team that signs a guy to a 2-year contract and then doesn't play him. So I think Dion Lewis has solidified himself.
I hope you're right for your sake. Dallas, talk about dumpster fire. Dallas is just a mess. I would say maybe start Joseph Randall. I don't know. I don't like any of the receivers either.
No, it's tough. But who takes the Dunbar role? Is it McFadden? Who's
Yeah.
if they were gonna, it's not a wide receiver because if they had a wide receiver, they wouldn't be throwing the ball to Dunbar.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm honestly interested to see how that plays out, and if Christian Michael gets more carries too. Terrence Williams is startable. They're going to be playing from behind, so I'm sure him and Witten will get a lot of targets.
What about Beasley?
Now without Dunbar there, yeah, he might get a lot of targets playing from behind too, but he would be a scary start for me.
Yeah, it's a desperation play for sure. Next game, we got Denver at Oakland. Ugh, I feel bad for Oakland this week. That Denver defense is legit.
Yeah, it is.
On the Denver side, I wouldn't touch the running game personally. I think it's a mess. Not that Oakland defense is that good, but you just don't know who's going to get the ball. You got your, Peyton Manning and Sanders and Thomas, but I don't know where else you're going there.
Owen Daniels only because every tight end so far this year has gone off against the Raiders.
For whatever reason, right? Are you touching anyone on Oakland? I mean, obviously you got to start Amari Cooper, but
I think he's still starting Latavius Murray.
Touchdown, to be honest with you.
I still start Latavius Murray. I just, again, would not expect him to have a very big game. That Denver D is a scary defense, like you said. Yeah, Cooper and Murray, I'd still start. Besides that, nobody else.
Yeah, I agree. So Monday night game, your boys, San Francisco and the Giants.
Sunday night.
What?
That's the Sunday night game.
Yeah, Sunday night. Yeah. Did I say Monday?
You did. That's all right, though.
So basically, I'll be flat out. I don't start anyone on San Francisco anymore. They're all garbage. Hit or miss.
This is a classic trap game for the Giants, a team they should kill by double digits. The West Coast team coming east, bad team versus a team that's heating up. It's a classic Giants misstep. So Carlos Hyde, I think, is startable. The Giants defense is not that good. Besides that, I agree. No one else I'm touching on San Fran's side. Giants side, backfield, can't touch it. Three-headed monster. You don't know game flow. Vereen's going to get it. Who's going to get the ball back there? You start ODB, obviously. Ruben Randall's been a solid number 2 with Cruz not in there. Probably the only 2 guys I touch.
Yeah, and I think ODB goes off because people are talking trash about him this week.
I agree. Prime time, and to show people up, this is his game.
And I'd also start Eli this week, actually, because that defense doesn't look good in San Francisco. So
I agree. I think Eli's a good play for needing, especially on bye weeks, for some quarterbacks.
Exactly. So Monday night we got Pittsburgh at San Diego. I'm starting Vic. You got to start Bell, obviously. Antonio Brown, he should do what he normally does. I don't know, actually.
He doesn't drop one touchdown pass, and no one's talking about that big of a drop-off. So,
yeah. No, he should be solid. You got Martavius Bryant back. I don't know if you should trust him this week.
Not playing this week. He's not playing. I just heard. I just took him out of my DraftKings lineup.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's hurt?
He's just not ready to come back. I don't know. They said he's not playing. I didn't get all the info, but I quickly put him out of my DraftKings lineup.
Okay, so don't play him. On San Diego side,
Big Keenan,
Woodhead, Gordon. I would play their backfield. Pittsburgh's defense is not that great. They're okay, but
it's a big Keenan Allen game with Steve Johnson hurt, Malcolm Floyd a little banged up, and it's a Gates game. He's back this week. I think it's a good Gates game as well.
If you're super desperate at wide receiver, would you play Inman because he's the only other wide receiver there?
Desperation play.
Yeah, deep leagues maybe.
Yeah, and no one else on the Pittsburgh side that you haven't mentioned, or maybe a Heath Miller. if you need tight end.
Yeah,
But
potentially.
you don't know who Vic's looking at these days, so.
Yeah, you got to give him a week. You got to see what happens this week. But that's it for us tonight. Good old Saturday night sit starts for you guys. Hopefully you guys win this week, and we'll see you on the waiver wire video on Monday.
Nice. Get the bleach ready, Robbie. Get it ready.
Yeah, exactly.